Welcome, friend. Follow me. We're going somewhere dark, somewhere dangerous. Most people would never dare enter the place we are going. There's no telling what horrors we'll find, what terrors we'll uncover. Don't say I didn't warn you. We might discover terrible monsters lurking there. Be careful, they could follow you out, or maybe they're already inside you. Are you afraid? Good. Now you are ready to enter the Warning Woods. You watch the glow, the only light in the building, pass between numbers. 3, 2, 1. Then there are letters. L for lobby, B for basement. The glow pauses on L before transferring its light to B for basement. The basement which the superintendent told you is not suitable for anything but utilities. When you toured this building in which you intend to house your growing company, the superintendent warned you about the elevator. Nothing to be concerned about. It glitches, he said. It always returns to the basement whenever it is not in use for some reason. This had prompted you to ask about the basement, which is when the superintendent told you it wasn't suitable for anything but utilities. He said no one ever goes down there. He said it's not safe. But every time you step out of the elevator, that's where it goes. To the basement. To the unsafe place. You press the button next to the third floor elevator door, the single button with an arrow pointing down. It glows yellow. You wonder, as you wait for the elevator to return, if purchasing this building was a very wise thing to do while your company is still in its infancy. L for lobby. This building is not the dream, it is the falling asleep. The dream will come next. 1. The building will be full of people who work for you, who are the engine of the dream. 2. What will fuel that engine? You, of course. You will pour everything you have into it, burn every last drop of your ambition, your drive, your passion. 3. Speaking of dreams, the elevator looks like something out of one as its doors open. The inside of the elevator glows yellow. The yellowness extends beyond the yawning doors until it reaches your toes, where it suddenly stops. The elevator will need to be repaired eventually. The superintendent told you it was too old and would need to be replaced, but you've ridden in the elevator multiple times now, and besides the basement glitch, it doesn't seem to have any problem traveling between floors. It's waiting for you. It's time for you to go home. That's why you called the elevator to the third floor, up from its resting place in the basement, the dark place no one ever goes. You step into the elevator. Your hand automatically reaches for 1 before you realize, laughing to yourself, you actually want L for lobby. The lobby is the ground floor. That will take some getting used to, you think to yourself. Your finger slides off the 1 button to the L button, yet you pause again before pressing it. This is your building now, and you are curious if what the superintendent told you about the basement is true. What if there is more than utility space down there? What if there is an opportunity hidden down there? This is your building now. Shouldn't you know where B takes you? Shouldn't you see the place the elevator always goes to sleep? You slide your finger down to B and press. The button clicks, but it does not glow. The elevator doors stay open. The ground stays firm beneath your feet. The elevator does not react at all. You press the button again, then sporadically, trying different places along the button's edge in case it has been desensitized, but it is no use. The doors close automatically. The elevator believing itself to be empty, you think. You feel it rattle beneath your feet. You had not considered this. riding the elevator's automatic compulsion to return to the basement. 2. It seems so obvious now. 1. But what if the glitch causes the elevator to become stuck down there? What if someone must call it back up from above? The broken B button makes you nervous. You press L just in time for the elevator to slow and stop at the lobby. The bell dings and the doors slide apart. You step into the lobby, totally dark but for the yellow light of the street lamp outside shining through the front windows. It is not a large lobby, nor is it a large building. The elevator waits behind you as you let your eyes adjust, then it closes and descends. You're facing the front doors, knowing you should go through them. Just leave. You should step into what is likely a chilly night. Let the cool air fuel your pace back home. It's probably too late to get anything to eat except for maybe a Big Mac from the McDonald's around the corner. McDonald's doesn't sound good, though. You are not particularly hungry. You are, however, curious, and you just can't shake the nagging impulse to turn around. You face the elevator once more, its cold doors reflecting a single blade of light running horizontally across them. In the lobby, the letters and numbers above the elevator don't light up. They are white circles with an arrow that moves mechanically between them. They are as old as the building. Right now, the arrow is pointed up at the letter B for basement. You picture the elevator down there in the dark, the real dark, where no light ever penetrates. You wonder if the elevator opens in the basement or if it just sits there, resting, waiting. You wonder what's down there. You don't want to wonder, but you can't help it. This is your building. That is your basement. You should know what it looks like. You should know what it holds. You press one of the white circle buttons next to the elevator, the one pointed down. It lights up yellow. It can't hurt to press a button. It's only a button. It doesn't mean you have to get in when the elevator rises and the doors open. But you do. The elevator arrives and you step into it before you can think. You don't press the B button because you know there's no point. For a few moments, nothing happens. The elevator is patient. It waits. Once it decides it should wait no longer, the doors begin to close. Your finger shoots toward the door open button. You thought you had decided, but you have second thoughts. But the elevator knows you are ready before you do. Your finger stops a centimeter from the button and does not press it. The doors close. The light above you shuts off. The ground beneath you trembles. You are going to the basement. What will you do if the doors do not open? What will you do if the buttons won't work? What will you do alone down there in the dark where you won't have any water or food and no one will know where you are? Will your cell phone even have a signal to call for help? You left these questions unanswered up above. The time to ask and answer them has passed. The elevator makes a hard stop on the basement floor. There are no elevator doors in the basement. The light above you remains off. Now it is pitch dark. Unable to see, you press the button you think is L. Nothing happens. You press other buttons to see if any will reactivate the elevator. They all remain dark. The elevator remains dark too. It remains still. You don't panic yet. You tell yourself not to panic. You take out your phone and use its light and see there is a rusty metal gate in front of the elevator about as high as your waist. It is padlocked shut. You do not have the key, but you can easily climb over the gate, which you do. The spoken of utilities fill the small space. The basement's footprint mirrors that of the lobby above. It is filled with pipes and ducts and wires. There's a large tank, a boiler maybe. You tell yourself you'll need to learn for certain eventually. Maybe the superintendent will answer his phone. He fled the building as soon as he turned over the keys. You thought he would stay on if you offered to hire him, perhaps even with a raise, but he never gave you the chance. Maybe, you think, he will at least take a call even though it is getting late. You hold up your phone. There is no signal. Your battery is 3/4 drained. You will keep looking around using the phone's light, but soon, unless the elevator miraculously turns back on, you know you should shut the phone off to conserve battery. You look around the other side of the large tank and find something you are not expecting to see. Tucked between the large tank and a wall, you see a wooden lectern upon which an old, closed book rests. Its cover is weathered and worn, and its pages wavy from absorbing decades of moisture. Beside the book, you see a well-used candle. It is short, with most of its former height pooled around itself now. There are other candles too, you see, placed about the floor around the lectern's base. If only there was... but there is. A box of matches leans against one of the candles on the ground. You pick it up and shake it. There are still a few matches inside. You open the matchbox and withdraw a single match. It feels somewhat soft from humidity, and you're not sure it will light, but you hope. You are not sure what this strange altar is for. You just want light. It can't hurt to light candles and save some cell phone battery. You strike the match. It does not light. You press the red tip into your shirt and pinch it, then try again. Still, it does not light. You replace the match and try another, pinching this one in your shirt before striking it. This one lights. You use it to light the candle on the lectern, then crouch to light those on the floor. Soon, half of the basement glows with yellow candlelight. The new light makes new shadows. You are surrounded by them, like watching figures. You feel a strange pressure from their watching, an expectation. The light reveals something scratched into the cement wall behind the lectern. Thin, capital letters in 2 rows spell out, "Swear your oath. Make your sacrifice." Beneath the carved words is a carved symbol like a signature. You don't recognize the symbol, but you see it again when you open the old book's cover. The symbol is embedded on the first page. You flip open the next page and attempt to read it, but the words are in a language you don't understand. It looks like Latin, maybe, although some of the letters aren't even familiar to you. You have no hope of interpreting this book, so you close it. You leave the strange altar behind. You wonder if perhaps a previous owner or tenant built it and left it there to practice their religion before, during, or after work. You will remove it later, but for now you are grateful for the candles. They allow you to keep exploring without wasting battery. You are certain there will be a way out of the basement besides the elevator. Surely there must be stairs somewhere. You search and search, but cannot find a staircase or door leading to stairs along any of the 4 walls of the basement. During your search, you find a brick rectangle embedded in the cement wall. It is approximately the size of a doorway, and you wonder if the stairs are on the other side of this brick. Why anyone would seal off the stairs is a mystery, one you do not have the patience to dwell on right now. Not finding stairs has made you anxious. You are not sure if there exists any way out besides the dead elevator. You check your phone again for a signal. There is none. You cannot call for help. If you scream, you don't think anyone will hear you. You are deep underground, surrounded by concrete, buried under an empty building. The altar draws you back in. The candles, their light. It is the closest thing you have to hope in that dark place. You wonder what oath you are supposed to swear upon the book. You wonder what you are supposed to sacrifice. But you believe you understand the intended purpose of these actions, to earn the ability to leave. That is your hope. Curious and just desperate enough, you place your right hand on the book. You don't know what to say. I swear I'll be a good person. I swear I will never come back here. I swear I won't tell anyone what's down here. I swear I'll... You're at a loss. Perhaps the sacrifice first. You think about this. You attended church as a child and into college. The only sacrifice asked of you there was money. A plate would be passed around the congregation for collection, and you would always put in any single dollars in your wallet. $2, $4, $1, however many you had. One time you had $17 in your pocket after breaking a 20 at a garage sale, and you only put $5 in. This made you feel guilty. It did not feel like a sacrifice. Remembering this, you take out your wallet and pinch all the cash in the billfold. It is $72. You place the $50, $20, and $2 bills on the altar. You place your right hand on the book. You say you swear you've given all you have. When nothing happens, you swear you will bring more. You throw your whole wallet down on the altar, credit cards, license, business cards, and all. When still nothing happens, you take off your watch, a somewhat valuable Timex, and place that on the altar. You take off the thin gold chain you wear around your neck and set that beside the watch. You make more oaths, yet still nothing happens. You begin to laugh at yourself. How quickly you bought into this strange religion. What are you thinking? You've been so desperate to find a way out that you forgot the glaring probability that the writing on the wall was nonsense. You return to the elevator. You climb over the gate. You use your phone light to examine the button panel. You see the red emergency button and press it. The ringing alarm you expect does not sound. The elevator remains dark, still, and silent. You press each button in ascending order. You try combinations of buttons. You press door open and door close. Nothing will bring the elevator back to life. Much time has passed. Across the basement, the candlelight still flickers. The altar is hidden behind the large tank, but its shadow stretches across the floor. It looks like the shadow of a thin person standing there beside the candles. When you climb back over the gate, your finger reaches between two pieces of metal. The metal pinches you, and you react too quickly, causing it to slice the tip of your finger. The cut is not deep, but it still bleeds. This gives you an idea. You hurry back to the altar, pinching your finger to slow the blood flow. Over the altar, you let go, allowing blood to drip from your fingertip onto the dark brown wood. In a panic, you slam your uninjured hand on the book and chant a series of oaths at the wall with the writing. I swear a share of my profits to you. I swear to leave you alone. I swear to spread the word of you, whoever you may be. You think the candles flicker once or twice, but otherwise the basement gives you no response, nor does the elevator. It's cold in the basement. You expected it to be warmer than this. It's still somewhat humid, but it is also cold. You are hungry. But more than that, you're thirsty. So thirsty it hurts to swallow. Swallowing makes the muscles in the back of your tongue sore. You have nothing warmer to put on, no food, and nothing to drink. You don't know the way out. Or rather, you do know the way out. The only way. But you don't know how to use it. You notice 2 of the candles are burning low and blow them out to conserve them. You have shut your phone off to conserve battery. Light is the one resource available to you, and that in limited supply. You are not wearing your watch, so after you turn off your phone, you lose track of time. Has it been 1 minute or 10? An hour Perhaps 2? Has the night already passed and is the sun now rising outside your building, the monolith that might become your tombstone? When your hunger grows painful, you stand before the altar again. You look through the book for instructions, but everything inside it is written in the unfamiliar ancient language. You place your right hand on the book and throw more oaths at the wall. I swear I'll donate my first quarter profits to charity. I swear the life of my firstborn child. You don't plan on having kids. Maybe the elevator god senses this deceit. I'll bring you a cat, or how about a small dog? You regret these oaths, but are desperate. You say you just need to return to the surface to bring your sacrifice to the altar. You have nothing down in the basement. What are you supposed to offer? You turn your back to the altar and stare at the dark elevator. You consider searching for a service hatch in its ceiling, opening it up and climbing through. You wonder if you could get out that way. You try, finding a hatch near the dead light in the elevator's ceiling. It won't open. You pound on it. You scream at it. You jump up and down like a madman in the elevator, as if your anger can generate enough energy to turn it on again. All this jumping and screaming uses a lot of energy. Your stomach twists angrily in protest of this frivolous burning of valuable calories. You kick the gate before climbing over it once again. You storm over to the altar. You pick up the book, gripping it tightly, and raise it to throw it at the uselessly vague message scratched into the taunting wall. But this feels like a step too far. This feels like an unforgivable insult. You are angry, but more so, you are afraid. You place the book back on the altar and turn your back to it. But still angry, you pivot on your heels, face the altar again, and scream, "What the hell do you want? My damn soul?" There's an electronic click and a hum behind you. You gasp and spin back around. The elevator light is on. You run to it. You slam into the gate and toss one leg over, but before it touches the ground, the elevator light goes dark. My soul, I swear I'll give you my soul," you chant as you straddle the gate. This does nothing. You finish climbing over and stand inside the elevator, pressing the L button repeatedly while continuing your chant, your promise to sacrifice your soul so strangely meaningless to you. Your soul is so intangible, so abstract. You're not even sure you believe it's real. Your intangible soul does not compare to the very real cold you feel, the very real hunger, the very dangerous thirst. The L button does not respond, nor do any others. You grow angrier still at the flicker of hope dangled in front of you, taunting you like a circus animal supposed to do tricks for its food. The altar waits for you in the candlelight. You climb once again over the gate. This time your pants catch on the top, causing you to trip and twist your ankle. Not enough to break or even sprain it, but enough to hurt. You recover and give the gate a vicious, rattling kick. You grunt curses at it before hauling back and screaming more curses at the dark elevator. In this rage, you storm over to the altar, lick your fingertips, and snuff out each candle in rapid succession. Your fingertips burn by the time you kill the last light, but you barely notice. You don't care. You're angry because you're trying not to be afraid. You are now in pitch black. You take out your phone and power it on to use its light. It has been roughly an hour and a half since you turned off your phone. You thought you'd been in the basement all night. Most of the night is yet to come. For 18 more hours, you wait huddled in the corner of the elevator for anyone to notice you're gone and come looking. All they'll need to do is walk up to the lobby elevator, press the button to go up, and your salvation will commence. It could literally happen at any second, and you will have no warning. This anticipation keeps you awake, even as you know sleep is the only reprieve you'll get from the hunger, the thirst, the grim boredom. But you realize the building is locked. You are the only person with keys which are currently digging into your leg as you sit, too tired to adjust them. No one can get in. No one can save you. You power your phone on periodically. Never has as much time passed as you think. But most of the time, you just sit in the dark, not moving, guarded from the invisible rest of the basement by the gate. Hopefully, it has forgiven you for kicking it. 24 hours now have passed since you made the foolish decision to let the elevator bring you down to the basement. The last time you powered on your phone, apparently only 11 minutes ago, was to relieve yourself between two pipes as far from the altar as possible for the second time. The need has come so infrequently because your body is empty. It is empty and dry. The dryness has reached your mouth. It has entered your sinuses. Even your eyes are beginning to feel dry, but every time you close them, you are afraid you'll miss some chance to escape, even though you are sitting, once more, in the corner of the elevator. You try to remember what it was you said to make the elevator light up before. What if you could do it again? What if in that brief moment you could press the L button and rise to freedom? You try to remember speaking out loud through dry, whispering lips. You say, "I swear all. Soul. My soul. Is it my soul you want? Will you let me go for my..." The light above you flickers yellow. You stand, but by the time you're on your feet, legs still half bent, the light dies again. You press the L button dozens of times in rapid succession as something, your own scream, you realize, tears up the inside of your parched throat. You collapse, sobbing without producing any tears. Broken, defeated, dying, you think. You power on your phone to make your way back to the altar. It's been 7 minutes. It's been 77 at least. Your phone gives up the last of its battery as you kneel before the altar. You fumble out a match and pray, what better use for an altar? For it to light. It does. It's meant for you, you think. You feel. It was meant to light for you. You light every candle, not sparing any for later. There will be no later. You're leaving. You're getting out no matter what the cost, because no matter what, nothing could ever be as terrible as what you're experiencing right now. You're beyond cold. You're numb. You're beyond hungry. You're desperate. You're beyond dehydrated. You're barren. What good is a soul to a discarded husk like you, anyway? You stand. You place your right hand on the book. You stare at the wall. It commands you to swear your oath and make your sacrifice. You say as boldly as you can with rattling vocal cords, "I promise you my soul if you let me out of here. I swear it to you." The candles go out all at once, but you feel no wind. The basement remains dark. It remains quiet. For 5 minutes. For 5 seconds. The elevator light comes on, glowing yellow across the basement. You stumble on your sore ankle in a rush to reach it. You clamber over the gate. You see the whole button panel lit up. Ordinarily, the buttons only glow when pressed, but when you press L for lobby, it just glows brighter. You can feel the energy coursing through the metal cage around you. It's alive. It brings the elevator to life too, lifting it up, up. The silver doors part. You step into the lobby. You are free. You need water. You need food. You need warmth. Your first instinct is to pull out your phone and call a ride to take you to the hospital, or maybe to your apartment, then to the hospital if your health doesn't improve. But your phone is dead. You need water. At the very least, you need water. You don't care where it comes from or who you have to take it from. You just need it. There is a McDonald's just around the corner. You walk in. You're sure you don't look well, but you don't care. You tell the cashier, a soft, elderly woman, you don't have any money. This is true because you left your wallet on the altar. You will need to order new cards and a new driver's license, you realize. You are not going back down for the old ones. You don't have any money, but you ask if you can have some water and if anyone in the kitchen has a cell phone charger you can use. The soft, elderly woman says she will ask, and in the meantime she hands you a small cup to fill with water from the soda fountain. You fill the cup and sit at a table with your back to the kitchen and front counter. You don't want the employees to observe you in your current state. You sip the water, which should be refreshingly cold and have some sort of taste, especially to your deprived taste buds. But the water feels and tastes like nothing. It does not quench your thirst. You finish your first cup and fill a second, returning to your seat to repeat the dissatisfying process. You feel somewhat less weak. Your pulse decreases slightly, but you do not feel satisfied. The same cashier finds you. To your surprise, she places a tray full of French fries and 2 wrapped burgers in front of you. Also on the tray is a black phone charger. You take the charger and thank her, telling her you'll return the charger after you've managed to call a ride. You expect her to go away, take her tray of food to the customer who paid for it, but you realize you are the only person in the restaurant besides the staff. The soft, elderly woman smiles and walks away, leaving the food in front of you. You turn to protest, to remind her you can't pay for it, but she laughs and tells you it was all going to be thrown out anyway. You're astounded. There's something in this woman's eyes you recognize, feel a sort of nostalgia for, but cannot place. It is kindness, it is compassion, it's sympathy and even empathy. It is caring, it's a form of love. It's soul. It is her soul, and it is beautiful. But its beauty stirs nothing inside you but a vague recollection. You feel into yourself, feel where the water has been landing so ineffectively. You feel a void there, a vacuum. Is that, you wonder, where it is missing from? Your soul? Perhaps, you think, this is a side effect of severe hunger. You wave in thanks to the woman who is already walking away, chuckling to herself, then turn to the food. You remember McDonald's always having such a strong aroma, so strong you could smell it from the parking lot, so strong you could smell it from across the street. You can't remember smelling it on your way in, and you certainly don't smell it now. Where is it? You unwrap a burger. It is a Big Mac, complete with its signature sauce. You bite into it. You taste nothing. Nothing. You are free, but what are you now? What does it mean to be a person without a soul? And why, do you wonder, how the old woman's blood might taste?
You made it out. Congratulations. If you enjoyed the story, please rate, like, review, or subscribe. For ad-free episodes and behind-the-scenes episodes I call Into the Woods, become a patron with the link in the description. You can also support the show by buying merch. That link is also in the description below. To stay up to date, follow me on Instagram and TikTok at The Warning Woods. And when you feel ready, meet me here for another journey into The Warning Woods. Thank you for listening.